the classically colored Iron Winch Batman from the 1990 Kenner Dark Knight collection. Probably one of my favorite action figures as a kid. Here is my childhood figure, but I have lost the cape and his little grappling hook winch. So we're going to have to open up a brand new one here so I can add it to the collection with all of its accessories. This figure is also re-released for the Batman Returns as Sky Winch Batman, just in that packaging. But I managed to get a hold of one of the earlier ones here to show and open up. Just $5.99. Always fun to see the old price tag still on there. They were still adding to this line here. Some images don't have the Iron Winch Batman on the back. Some of the others, so it's a little expanded here. Slightly later release. A good one to have in the box, but we're gonna have to open them all up. As far as alternate colored costumes go, you know, we got this one that's pretty much his old comic book colors, or even the Batman TV show colors as well. A little less brightly colored than that, a little more movie realistic with the darkness, with the very dark blue shades. This is one where the gold bits really look great compared to the gray and the blue. But we have the cloth cape, and it's a blue color to match his kind of cow boots and gloves. The other one's all coming with black capes. That's what this one was really special, that it had a different color cape. A lot of them didn't come with that. They only ever did black and this blue color. This is one of the few blue caped Batman figures of this line. Very tightly jointed, but he's just a 5-point head and arms. It was just easier to get a hold of the brand new package than hunting down a decent cape and a decent Iron Winch. I do remember playing with this all the time because it was a pretty sweet accessory, kind of a batarang end, a big grappling hook kind of gun, although it's just kind of a hook. So there were buttons on the side here, and of course this is a rope, so we can pull it out. Not too long of a grappling mechanism, but it goes right back in. So the feature is you hit this other button on the side. We can hear it clicking when we pull it out this time, because it will stay. So there it's keeping the rope out instead of sucking back in. So that means when we hit the other side, it's going to suck the rope right back in. It was a pretty handy one. I think I even remember carrying this around as a kid, wearing my Batman costume, and maybe even throwing it out, just holding it in my hand. So it's just black themed, maybe better for just a standard movie colors of the time, but would just kind of hook to the arm if you wanted to have it with the Batman. He was going to grapple up, or it even recommends pulling in enemies, which the only enemy of this particular set is the Joker, so you'd have to send out your grappling hook and then try to pull him in with that. Another very solid accessory that's very fitting for Batman, down to even the movie, although obviously it's oversized so that we can have the real mechanism functional in there. A lot like the first release Toy Biz kind of bat rope thing that would always pull back in. So this is actually an added feature that you can leave the rope out if you wanted. So improvement that way, it's external instead of in the body. But also just this kind of coloring of Batman that I would have seen in cartoons and things. I actually always kind of looked at this as the Batman figure of my collection, going very nicely with other superhero action figures. But he very much has the Michael Keaton Batman face that never really wore this color costume in the movie. It's all black. And of course, if I didn't show the removable cape, probably the best accessory of all of them is the cloth cape. You can see I really took care of this figure before because I really did enjoy it and really liked it as my main Batman figure. Maybe a little bit of wear on the utility belt. Otherwise, pretty good shape. I just wanted to get the accessories, wanted to get the fresh box to show you guys. Probably my personal favorite recolor outside of just the black costume, because it is very fitting of other Batman things. If you were just kind of playing around, his standard costume you could see him in various avenues. Unlike, say, the gold suit that was strictly the action figure kind of variant color. So they went for the alternate colors there, they stuck with some that still made sense, then they jumped to the gold, and that's how we got all the other crazy colored figures of the next group of figures, which is pretty much the Batman Returns line. Had a lot more costumes. This would have been my Batman and Joker as a kid, playing with the color change Joker and with my kind of Adam West TV show Batman. Kind of figures from the movie, but my action figures looked a little bit more like the old cartoony TV show. but they look pretty great together. And that's what we'll be continuing to do. Here's open more of this Kenner toy line of Batman, trying to show off all the figures and any other vehicles and things we can get our hands on. I'll definitely end up moving on to the Batman Returns too, which were the same kind of figures, kind of the same line almost, but by then the next movie had come out, so more villains and features to give Batman. And in general, that's what I open up here, is 80s, 90s kind of action figure stuff. So if that interests you, I'm sure I'll see you in the next video right here. Yeah.